Our next speaker is Dr. Koray Erdoğan. He's going to talk about coverage value.
Hi, Koray Erdoğan, Istanbul. First time in Buenos Aires, beautiful city, and I'm very happy to see many of old friends again here. I want to thank Dr. Roberto Trebelli for inviting me. Thank you, Roberto. I want to talk about two topics, so I combine them here: coverage value and keyboard. Coverage value is a mathematical system for coverage, and keyboard is a robotic system for scanning donor and recipient areas. What is my donor capacity? How many grafts do I need for a good coverage? These are the most frequent questions our patients are asking to us nearly every day. Interesting part, although many doctors and many clinics are giving different answers because we need a scientific criteria for a coverage. You know, the competition in the market is getting higher every day and the graft numbers are increasing. When we don't have a real criteria for a coverage, we started to see, I live in Turkey, we started to see many over-depleted cases nearly every day. You can see the results of over-harvesting and depletion in other areas. These photos from the garden of my clinic. You can see in the left photo, you can see the ground, and at the right photo, the coverage is much better. Coverage has two dimensions, the number of the grasses and the thickness of the grasses. When you increase the number of the grasses, or you can increase the thickness of the grasses, you have a better coverage. It's like in the geometry area. If you want to find the area, you are multiplying A side and B side and finding the area. Area is coverage. So if you want a better, it's all related by two components: number of the hairs, thickness of the hairs. One of my idols, Jim Harris, he also mentioned this in 2003. Visual density is correlated with the hair shaft diameter and number of the hairs. In my daily practice, I use different equipments I want to share here with you. Micrometer for the caliber of the hair, derm light to take macro photos to count the number of the hairs, and the graph calculator is an application. I will talk about it later. I'm using different type of micrometers and trying to add samples from different parts of the donor area and trying to calculate the caliber of the hair, taking the photos with derm lights, and by using an application to count the number of the hairs. What I'm trying to do, I'm trying to find the number of the hairs per square centimeter from the selected area, and try to find the real caliber of the hair. And when I multiply these two numbers, I'm finding the coverage value. Here for micron, I use millimeter just for because of the number is easy to remember. That's the only reason, no scientific reason for that. And when I multiply these numbers, 5.4, according to my observation, is an acceptable number in nearly all nations. But we have to improve coverage value. I need your help. Also, we have many factors that can affect coverage. Here I choose a case. Also, coverage value is acceptable in the recipient area. For example, these are the average numbers that we are performing nearly every day. 45 grafts per square centimeter with the average of 2.2 hair per gram. 55 micron here, which is the average for European patient. We are getting 5.4. And this result, also this is exactly a 5.4 coverage you can see in the photo. Or when you start, for the recipient area you can use coverage value, not only in the donor area. You see the number of the hairs per square centimeter, 80 hair, 100 hair, 120 hair per square centimeter. And with the number of 50 micron hair, you can see the animation. These are realistic animations. And you can see the coverage values below, 4, 5, 6. Now I will increase the micron. I will make it 60. You can see the difference in the coverage value or in the recipient. When I made it 70, you can see the difference, how it looks like, 60, 50. So also, caliber is very important. Coverage value is not completed. Also, there are some factors affecting the coverage. Hair structure, wavy, curly, and straight hair, and color contrast. So to improve coverage value, I decided to create an identical setup because I need to have a same quality photos. So this is keyboard. To take an identical photos, I use it every day nearly. Sorry. With same light, same direction, and same distance from the head, with the same position of the patient. I'm trying to improve coverage value system, how it's affected by the structure of the hair and the color contrast, the contrast between skin and the hair color. You can see the photos. And so I can compare with a different patient these photos with long hair, also with shaven hair. Graph Calculator is an application. You can download it from Apple Store. It's for free. I'm using this during my surgeries. Graph Calculator. You can use this application during your operations. You can activate your time, and you can check your speed. You can check your paper graph averages. And if you want to see different areas, for example, temporal area, you can see your average. And if you wanted to learn your statistics, you can touch your statistics and you can see all different areas, temporal area, parietal area. Or if you have more than one operator, you can change the operator and you can activate and you can see the statistics of this new operator. Here you can see Jose and all different areas. And at the same time, it has voice command. If you have internet connection, it's using Siri. You can activate your voice command and you don't have to touch it. You can leave the application here and when you count 3, 4, 2, this application is counting itself. And at the end of the surgery, you can compare all your statistics, sending an email to you, and if you want to your patient, and you can check all your statistics, and you can send all this information to your patient. I'm using this application during the surgery, so I can have a feedback from my team, hypergraph averages, so I can adapt my point size. I'm performing my extraction according to coverage values, and during the extraction, another thing is checking hypergraph averages at the backstage. By using graph calculator, they are reflecting on the screen, so I have a chance to adapt my plan according to the numbers. We can use the system coverage value in the donor area. For example, when a patient comes to me, I'm taking the photos from different parts. But this is only occipital parts. I'm taking the photo, counting the number of the hair with 70 micro. The coverage value is 8.4, and making my extraction plan. And I'm checking that result. When he comes back for the second surgery, I'm taking the photo of the same area and counting again. You see that now the coverage value is 7, so from 8.4 to 7. So I'm making my plan, extraction plan, according to this system. I choose 2 cases, how I calculate a coverage value system to calculation of the donor capacity. They look similar to each other, but when we start to work with numbers, you will see the differences. But before that, we should never forget that donor area is not safe. There is no safe donor area. So according to my observation, but we have to work on this maybe longer time, we are losing 15% of the donor capacity during lifetime. When they will be 70 years old, probably they will lose the donor capacity 15% of the area. For example, in this case, yes, I choose the patient 1. You can see here, he's from his left temporal area. You see, which is 35 centimeters squares. I find the coverage value here 7.8. How I find that number? The same formula, multiplying the number of the hairs with the caliber. In this case, the caliber is 53 micron, and the density is 73 follicular ring per square centimeter, with the average of hair per follicular ring is 2.06. When I multiply these 2 numbers, I'm finding number of the hairs, and when I multiply with the caliber, I'm finding the coverage value. But if he may use, in a pessimistic scenario, 15% of his capacity, so 6.63 is an acceptable coverage value in that part. And if 5.4 is my limit, so I can change his coverage value maximum 1.23. So by using the same formula, I'm repeating this. If my hair per graft average, this is where I use graph calculator, I need the feedback during the surgery to make my plan, 2.06 hair per graft, and the caliber is the same. and I can find out the number of the grafts that I can extract from per square centimeter in this case, which is 11.2. So if the area is 35 centimeters square, when I multiply these numbers, I'm finding the number of the grafts that I can extract donor capacity of this left temporal area with the average of 2.06 hair per graft average, 392. When I repeat this in different parts, I'm finding this total donor capacity. In this case, 5,812 grafts I can extract from that case, which is the only 30% of total follicularity. But when I repeat the calculations with the second case, it's another situation. Look, his total donor capacity is 12,885. And in this case, because of high coverage values, I can use 56% of his total follicularity. I'm working on coverage values since 2014. I have a chance to scan 2,391 patients from 53 different countries. And average coverage value of worldwide patients, you can see the averages of the worldwide patients in temporal parietal and occipital areas, and the highest number from India, and the lowest number, my observation, from Scandinavian patients. And this is very interesting. I know I will have many critics about this. Look, these are the coverage values, and the ratios are the number of hairs can be extracted with that coverage value. For example, when your coverage value is 7, you can extract only 15 of total hair number. But if the coverage value is 20, you can extract 70% of the total hair from that area without creating any over-depletion problem. I have done more than 30 cases, over 9,000 grafts, and I'm planning to invite them to Istanbul to share with my friends for the next workshop. So if you will come, you will have a chance to see 30 different cases, more than 9,000 grafts. I choose one of them here. I operated in 3 times, 2015, 2016, and 2018. I extracted from 9,700 grafts. And these photos, I want him to send me just before the surgery. And before coming here, he sent me these photos. You can see the homogenization in the donor area without creating no depletion, nothing, no problem. Hair is not round. This is another problem with micrometers. When you turn over the hair, you can see you are getting 55 micron, 88 micron. Hair has different calibers from different sizes. British Journal of Dermatology published this article in 1997. Hair has an electrical index. These photos from my own cases. You can see the maximum diameter and minimum diameter. When you make a ratio, you are finding the hair electrical index 1.28 to 1 in this case. And this is my record. One of my patients, electron microscopic scanning, his hair electrical index is 2.1. You can see the different numbers in the scannings. This is published last year. Journal of Structural Biology published this article in 2018. And you can see, depending the nations, different hair electrical indexes, African patients, European patients, and East Asian patients. I confirmed this article by scanning my own patients by electron microscope. You see the results. So, why do we need keyboard? Keyboard is a robotic system to scan the donor and the recipient area, because really it takes a lot of time to take the photo of different areas, taking some samples from the hair and finding the caliber of each hair, and the hair is not round shape. Also, this is another factor. And it takes a lot of time, and even you do it, you cannot have an average number from that area because the area is huge and you take only 1, 2, 3 samples or 1, 2, 3 photos. Keyboard is a scanning system, scanning the donor area and the recipient area. What the keyboard does, I use it pre-op and post-op, pre-operative calculation of the donor area. How many square centimeter the donor area is centimeter square? Number of the follicles in temporal, parietal, and occipital area, and average calculated density, how many hairs per follicular unit, average hair caliber in each area, and counting each single hair also, and average coverage value in each area, temporal, parietal. So it's giving you your donor capacity with the number of hair per graft average, and post-operative calculation of transplanted graft number in the recipient area. You know, patients never know the number of the grafts transplanted. They have to believe to you, but this system is counting each of them. Transplanted graft density. I'm sure many patients ask you, doctor, how many density you made it here, how many density you made it here, and keyboard will scanning it. And extraction is incision size. You know that we created many holes at the back. So a keyboard is counting also after surgery the donor area and counting all the extraction size. And so it's easy to find out your total transaction rate because when you focus on the recipient area, if you know the number of the grafts and if you know the incision holes that you created at the back, so when you compare it, it's gives you total transaction rate. And another point, calculation of the diameter of each extraction incision site at the back. How many centimeter square scar we created at the back area. And keyboard is counting it also. You know, the punch sizes are variable. And even we are buying from markets or some, we cannot trust them. If you are not checking your punch size, if you use a micrometer and try to check your punch, you will be surprised when you see the results. I made a presentation, video presentation here. Before surgery and after surgery in 2 steps. Before surgery, I'm making his operation plan, frontline design, donor determination, and then keyboard. First step is scanning the head and creating a 3D scanning model of the head. And after that, start to scan the donor area, temporal area, parietal area, occipital area, scanning all different parts. Scanning the density of each area, calculated density, how many hair per follicular unit, and the caliber of the hair in different parts, temporal, parietal, occipital parts, each follicle. Before surgery, after that scanning, in the postoperative part, we are scanning the recipient area of the head, how many follicles transplanted, also the area, the density of transplantation, and after in the recipient part scanning, we are also scanning the donor area after surgery. How many holes we created while extraction. The holes that we created while extraction are close number to the transplanted grafts, so we can catch total transaction rate of extraction. Another part also, keyboard is determining the caliber of the holes at the back, the diameter of the holes at the back. So it will give you an idea what the diameter of punch you use after surgery. Also the patient giving this all files to the patient, and the patient will see all the statistics of the surgery. It's all clear.
We developed a vision-based robotic system to perform some pre-op and post-op analysis for FU hair transplant operations. We named this system as Keyboard. Keyboard has 2 camera systems on it and a powerful processing unit. The first camera system is used to create 3D model of the head and allows us to determine route of the robotic system during the high-resolution image captures. We use the 3D model of the head to measure area of certain regions on the head as well. The second camera system is equipped with a high-resolution camera. We move the camera system using the robotic arm to cover whole head. And at the end of this process, we have more than 400 high-resolution images. The total resolution of these images is around 8 gigapixels. After we have these raw images, we perform manual analysis using deep learning-based algorithms. At the first step of pre-op analysis, keyboard counts the number of follicles and number of hairs in each follicle. Additionally, we measure shaft diameter using another deep learning-based approach, which performs very accurate segmentation. Since we also have the area measurement coming from the 3D data, we can compute the coverage value for a whole head. By this way, total donor capacity of a patient is determined. Using this analysis, it becomes possible to plan whole surgery using keyboards. For the post-op analysis, we scan the patient after the surgery again. At this time, our deep learning-based approach detects the number of extracted and planted follicles. Thus, it becomes possible to obtain total transaction rates. At the post-op analysis stage, keyboard computes the punch size as well. Hence, it is possible to obtain total scale area using keyboards. We trained our deep learning algorithms using thousands of manually labeled samples. As we include new samples every day to our training set, our accuracy increases day by day.
We decided a workshop in 2020 in Istanbul, in ASMED clinic. I want to invite all of you to my beautiful city.